In a world that can be hard to navigate, keep it simple. Keep your relationship simple. Is someone healthy for you or are they not? Keep your decisions simple. Is it below your means or not? Keep your purchases simple. Does it have a practical use in my life or not? Keep your location simple. Is it somewhere you want to spend time or not? Certainly in life, there's a lot of gray. There's a lot of times in life where we don't have choice. But certainly as adults, we make choices to try to make our life better. And if you distract yourself and you complicate your life with complicated relationships, complicated money habits, and you resist the discipline of simplicity, you're going to suffer more than you have to. We all, going through this world, we all have a level of suffering. Some more than others. I've tried to figure that out before. Why do some people have it worse than others? But you can't figure that out. All you can figure out is yourself. Like I often say, taking care of yourself well and improving yourself is a simple thing that will keep you busy the rest of your life. To me, it's a red flag when someone asks me about what do you do, how do you occupy your time, because to me it's like, well, you've already lost your life, because if you don't know how to keep yourself busy doing healthy things, I mean, keep you busy all day, waking up early, working out, working, a hobby, um, laundry, hygiene. A sloth that wakes up late, rolls around, has to do some extreme hobby, and then comes back to the house, watch TV, and then asks, what do you do all day? I mean, this is the type of mind that, you have to separate from. One Flying Solo, great to see you tonight. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Keep your channel simple. Keep your message simple. Now, sometimes simplicity doesn't get you as far as you want, but it'll get you through the day. And remember, life is just a series of days. You want to get through each day. Remember, when you start to over philosophize life, too much religion, too much non-religion, too much science, let's get through the day. Let's get through the day. Pluto, brother, God bless you, to you as well. We have to stay positive always as best we can. I learned one big lesson in life is to always challenge ourselves, even if we know failure waits. That's fine. All we can do is get better. Yeah, I mean, definitely to all my younger people, and I believe you're younger, look, failure is definitely part of the younger years. Trial and error, learning from experiences. Again, sometimes I feel a little bit bad because I think that some of the younger people watching, just remember, I'm a 41-year-old man, okay? So, I've got to go through life and collect these experiences, make me wiser. However, I know people that are 61 and ignorant. So age doesn't determine wisdom. And even in my 20s and 30s, I was working hard and trying to improve my life. So give yourself grace for being young, but don't give yourself a permission to live very sloppy. I remember being like 22 on a job, and I did something, it wasn't proper at work. And the older guy I was working with, he had asked me for it, and I said, oh, I don't have it, or something. And all I remember was, I was like, well, you can't blame me. I'm young. I'm wild. He goes, young? He goes, you're a 22-year-old young man. You got to start acting like a young adult. And, now again, all the fathers out there and all the people, that message can't come from people too close to you. That message has to come from someone further away. As you're a parent, you have your child's ear from the age of maybe 1 to 7. And after that, you just got to give them space. And they watch your example. They want to see your temperament. If you're a hothead, your kid sees that, doesn't care what you say. If you're an enabler, your child sees that, doesn't say. Now, it's your child's decision as they get older to figure out their own life and not blame their parents. Some people spend their entire life blaming their parents. I keep it very simple. When they do that, I move away. Look, you're going to see in your parents, they got good and bad. If you can't have a relationship with your parents, cut them off. If you can, always have boundaries. But that's it. You know why? Because you got two choices. You can destroy your entire adulthood, or you could just learn from your early life and try to get better. And that's pretty much it. Pluto, one day at a time, definitely self-care. A lot of people avoid self-care, and that's why they always ask about, this campsite, where's this house, where's this. It's like, look, man, you can spend your whole life building out a van. You can spend your whole life renovating a house. And the truth is, that's people's choice, because I don't want to say that this is my channel, my life. And what I can tell you is, look, all that shit to me, I separate from. Why? Because to me, it's just, I've seen that life, and all it is a big distraction, man. Look, I want to tell you this, man, is that people who are not emotionally well, and we know the biggest way we know that people are not emotionally well is they have an emotional service dog. That means you're emotionally unhealthy and unable to handle your emotions. If you have an emotional service dog, you should not have kids. You should not have too much responsibility. Why? Because you emotionally cannot handle yourself. And if you avoid self-care and you get more emotional service dogs, all you got is a zoo. It's a fucking circus. Self-control, time management. This keep you busy the rest of your life. You taught me all these lessons. You're listening, and that's why you're wise, and you'll figure out your own lessons good. That I repeat in my head. You get my entire channel. Thank you, Pluto. Every day. I'm 29. 29 is a great age to know all that and to absorb that. So I thank you, Pluto. I respect you and I appreciate you. And you'll live a great life. Look, will you have your ups and downs? Of course. But if that's your foundation, you got a shot, your foundation's important, man. Keep it simple. And if your foundation, okay, is one day at a time, self-care, self-control, time management, obviously you're going to fail, but you got a direction. For some people, they're like, oh, pick a direction. Buy a house, buy an RV. Hey, man, look, you pick a direction. Self-care, time management. So why am I saying this? I say this to remind myself, look, there's always going to be complications in the world, okay, and things that get us off track to our best life. And, some days are harder than others. But again, when the day is not clear, the day is not too enjoyable, the simple message is get through the day as healthy and as positive as possible. And that's it. That's the message. Get through the day as healthy and as peaceful as possible. There was some person that left a message about the scripture. It's better to eat a crumb in peace than to be in a house with conflict and feasting. And this person left a message, and their tag name was like Mad Media. They're like, well, sometimes you got to face it head on. I would never want to be by that type of person. They're a bulldozer, not a navigator. Because they ain't going to change nothing. You can't change people. What are you going to do? You're going to meet your daughter head on? Your daughter ain't going to change. You're going to meet your son head on? Your son ain't going to change. You're going to meet your father head on? Your father ain't going to change. Ain't no one going to change. The only person you can change is yourself. Never forget that. Tattoo that. Tattoo that somewhere on your body. The only person you can change is yourself. Even if you got a young kid or old parent, look, you plant a seed, but everyone's going to figure out how they want to figure out life. And that's the truth. Back to live comments. Pluto, but the dogs are so cute, bro. No, dogs are cute and dogs are great. I had a dog, so I don't want to begrudge anyone for having it. But I let my mom watch my dog, I would say, for about 4 months when I'd first got her because I got overwhelmed. And then I took the dog back and I raised the dog for 10 years. Okay. Some people, they buy a dog, they have their mother watch it all the time or someone else watch it all the time, and then they go visit it. They're not raising that damn dog. Someone else raising that dog. Okay. And, so it's like, dogs are cute, so are babies. But who raises them? The grandparents? Who raises them? So, in my experience, most people do not properly raise their pet. And even me at the end, I think I could have did a better job with my dog, okay, at the very elderly years. Okay. So, Cute. I know a lot of girls that are cute. Don't mean that you should complicate your life and be involved with them. Okay. So there's a lot of things in life that are cute, man. And I don't want to be negative, and I don't want to be like, oh, I can't have fun in life. But you guys know, those who watch my channel and get it in context, you understand the message tonight. Those who don't, we're never going to see eye to eye. So just might as well go our separate ways. But yeah, that's the message with dogs, guys. Pluto. I challenge my ups and downs. Most people not willing to challenge the cards. Life threw at them. I pray everyone finds happiness. Well, I appreciate your positive attitude, and I appreciate your goal to stay positive. And I appreciate your prayer of peace for everyone. Um, yeah, look, the thing is, not everyone is going to look to, not everyone is going to look to live their best life. But don't get distracted by that. Remember, when you get too overwhelmed with like people are jerks or people are assholes, go back to yourself. That's what I do. When I start to look around, or when someone's driving crazy, say, Sam, I say, you remember when you were 19 driving, 20? Even though I wasn't reckless, there was times I was driving too fast, cutting people off. So, and then I said to myself, Sam, just work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. And, this is going to keep me busy the rest of my life. Not to get too caught up in other people's business. And that's how I feel. One flying solo, Sam. I had a half pit bull, half lab. Loved her, but she was too aggressive. She was a lot of work too. I now have a 3-pound Yorkie who is low maintenance. Yeah, I mean, bigger dogs tend to be a little bit more maintenance. Smaller dogs, maybe a little bit less maintenance, but they're yappy. They bark a lot. And any living being is work. Even if I get a tiny house, it's work. Even a tiny car, everything is something. But everyone has a different personality and what works for them. So again, I'm not begrudging anyone for, you have to figure out what works for you. But look, when you have a dog, you're not going to take a vacation when you want. You're not going to go where you want, when you want. You're not going to go in the store as long as you want, because who's going to watch your dog? Now, everyone's situation is different. Maybe people are housebound. Maybe people are this or that. And, but like I said, man, as I get older and I see it in my family and I see what people, people that are emotionally unstable, I don't think dogs help them. I don't. You know what I mean? Because I think it doesn't change them. It doesn't, I don't know. And I don't see them really taking care of the dog that much. It's like they just want to do the fun stuff. They just want to be loved by the dog. It's like, hey guys, I don't know. But I had a dog for 10 years, so who am I to begrudge? But like I say, I mean, if you're taking care of that dog every day, then you should get the love. But if you ain't taking care of that dog every day, all day, you just want a massage, and that's how a lot of people that are emotionally unhealthy, they're getting all these dogs, but they're not really taking care of them. They just want them for what they want them for. You know what I mean? So, I think we went too far with that too. So, but like I know one flying solo is going through a divorce. When I went through a breakup, a dog helped me. But again, I go back to taking care of a dog full time. Keep you busy. And there's different seasons of life. I remember when my grandfather got very old, and he had one last pet, a rabbit. And I said, Grandpa, when a rabbit dies, you could get another pet. He goes, no. He goes, Sam, pets are too much work. He goes, I had pets our entire life. And that's what he said. The kids don't want to take care of them. People who get them don't want to, you're the one taking care of them or not taking care of them. I know a lot of people that they like the pets, but the pets, guys, so you can leave a pet with someone who doesn't take care of themselves. You know what's going to happen to that pet? They're going to get mites. They're going to have problems. And, people who want to be loved, I don't know, also they treat that pet a little rough too, so I don't trust people, man. I don't know. That's how I feel. Pluto, I don't have pets, thank God. Pluto, I just find pets cute in pictures. Yeah, I find people cute in pictures, but I found in real life, it's a different story. But let's stay positive. So, my message tonight is, look, one conversation with someone who has a complicated life because of their own doing can really make you lose your peace. Okay. And that's why I tell you, you got to keep your relationship simple. Because people are either going to take your peace or add your peace. And I go back to, look, I don't want to hear your shit either. If you're dating a drug addict, I don't want to hear it. And if you're a drug addict, look, I got love and compassion for you. But if you're not willing to go to rehab, don't even come here. Because you're toxic. You know, it's like, and I understand you want to do drugs the day you die. And I get it. And I don't judge you. But I want to tell you right now, guys, I've dealt with drug addicts since I was young. I don't want to deal with them. Because they're toxic. And that's simple to me. I lose my peace amongst people who are into this shit. Doesn't mean I don't love them, but I don't care if it's alcohol or whatever. I don't care if it's hard drugs, whatever. Don't want to deal with it. Back to live comments. One flying solo. True Sam. Pets can help you with mental health, but you have to balance that with responsibility of taking care of them. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think pets can help in some ways, but like I said, if you have a mental health issue, I don't know how much a pet's going to help. If you're on disability, how is a pet helping? I don't know. Is the pet helping you work? Is the pet helping you self-care? Or does it just feel good to roll around in a bed and hug a pet? So, look, it's good that they give you some joy. But, look, the real work of your life is to try to, improve yourself. So, I don't think they improve mental health. I don't know. I had a dog, though. But again, I had a dog. I worked. I came home. I took care of the dog. I did other things. I see some people now that get a dog, and that's all they do is the dog. And the dog is a blessing, but also I don't think their mental health is any better. It's like the same thing. I see people, they have mental health issues since they were young. Before any medications, before any prescription drugs, before any vaccines, they have mental health issues. Then they got older, okay? And now it's like the dog's going to help them. Their mental health is still shit. They don't like the vaccine. Their mental health is still shit. So it's like, it's a mental health issue that never changed. Okay. So I don't know, man. I really don't think, in some ways it does. Wandering off. I had a dog, and it was so difficult, like having a child. It is like having a child, but a dog. No, it's no doubt. It's like, again, they provide blessing, but it's just like having a child. You got to work to support it, or, and you got to, lead by example. It's like, if you have a child and you don't do anything and you just stay in the house and, you don't, it's like, that doesn't really actually help the child. It's like if you have a dog and all you do is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's healthy, man. I think it's just a distraction. But that's my opinion. Wish everyone do whatever they want. Don't bother me. I really don't. For me, simplicity is I'll be single and solo probably till I leave the earth. Why? Because it's just better for me. I mean, I really, because once you get involved with people, it's just too much drama. Why? Because I believe that most people not keeping it simple. I think it's good to connect with people. I'm not an isolationist. I'm not an isolationist at all. And I like to talk to people. I like to relieve stress. I like to build with some positive people. But what you're going to find is everyone's got issues. Okay? So what do I go back to? Well, keep it simple. Work on your own issues. And you'll even if you're the wisest person, the healthiest person, self-care, keep you busy. Okay. So, but, that's my message, I look around and say, well, maybe my message is too not fun enough. But I don't know, man. I think I have more fun than most people. I think I have more adventure than most people. Even people on the road, I look at their life. And their life is about buying different RVs all the time. I look at people with a house. Their life is about renovating their house all the time. I look at people in with kids. I don't know. Everyone's got issues. So, but again, my way is not the way most people should live. My way is the only way I should live. And that's, everyone's got to go on a journey to figure out how they should live. These are my opinions from my life based on my experience. But like I say, just be careful what direction you choose, because, the deeper you get into life, man, the more you see that there's a lot of pain out there. So I empathize with that. There's a lot of goodness out there. So life is not all dark and bad. It's very, there could be positives. Um, so, just manage your time. Gianna, what's up, Gianna? Every time my husband and I say, let's go away, and then we say, oh, wait, we have to make sure someone is here for the dog. Yep. Guess we're not going. Nope. We have to base our summer vacation around the dog. Base your life. And then what happens when that dog gets sick? It's like your child gets sick. And then what happens when that dog dies? Now you got to get another dog? It's a never-ending cycle. And I think it's good. I'm glad when I was a child we had pets in the house. So again, I want to be clear. I'm speaking as a middle-aged man. Okay. But I want to be clear. When we had pets in the house, I'm glad we did. It was a blessing. But they ran the house. It was a shit show, literally. And there were some unhealthy things. I'm still glad we did. I'm glad we weren't in some hyper clean house with no pets. So I don't want to begrudge anyone going through that. I'm just saying I also saw the negative effects it has when, there's only so much capacity. You only have so much capacity to take care of so many things. And again, for most people who can't even take care of themselves, a pet is the last thing they need. They don't need more responsibility. They need more self-care. So, but what do? They don't want to hear that because their sensors just go to pleasure. Their neurological windings, all pleasure, whatever makes you happy. And so I understand, teach their own. Doug, been unattached since 2003. Last relationship had enough drama to last the rest of my lifetime. Singleness is happiness. Yeah, the older I get, I really think that's true. Oh, Sober Sunsets, thank you. I like the tag name. Sober Sunsets, welcome, man. I appreciate you joining. God bless you, brother. Sober Sunsets, let us know where you're from, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Doug, I hear you, man. And I appreciate your comments about walking away from an inheritance. I read that today. And your positive attitude. And Doug is the one that gave us the quote, admire, not acquire. And again, it doesn't mean you should never acquire. It just means be conscious of what you acquire and admire it first before you take the plunge. So thank you, brother. And yeah, look, I believe singleness is a blessing. First world country, unless you really want to have kids, I don't know why you want to be in a relationship. You say to be loved. Well, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can't even love yourself. That's the problem. Yeah. You want someone else to make you happy. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody wants it their way. You want to be in charge. You want to control someone else. You date below your potential. And that's what I mean, guys. I think people should have to take out a permit to have a kid. You should have to check your health history, your mental health, your physical health, and, financial health, everything. If you got to take out a permit to put a renovation on your house, you should have to take out a permit to bring another life in this world. That's what I think. Pluto. All I know is there are so many Sams and Nomads, but there is only one Sam. Well, I appreciate that. And there's only one you. I don't put myself on a pedestal, but thank you for the encouragement. Leads by example. Thank you. One true nomad that inspires thousands of people. And yes, F the haters loves living in his car. So what? Yeah, and I may not always live in my car, and I didn't always live in my car. Remember, for 15 years, I lived in a house. And my entire adult life, I've worked. And for 10 years, I had a dog. I dated. So again, I want everyone to put in perspective where I'm at in life and what I've been through. A lot of people, and remember that I am very clear that I'm not saying everyone should live like me. I am just being very clear in how I feel about the life I've lived and what I've seen for me. So thank you, Pluto. Sober Sun says thank you again and welcome. Look forward to connecting with you. Australia. Shout out to Australia. Are you guys back on lockdown? I saw, man, that they got the new variant now from South Africa. Australia's back in lockdown. Love the Sober Sunsets. Hopefully you guys are doing all right over there. Shout out to Juliana, Katie, a couple people from Australia I've connected with, man. Shout out to Australia. Believe we left off at one flying solo. At Gianna, that's why I'm a big fan of Yorkies. They and Chihuahuas are the smallest breed. Chihuahuas yap a lot, man. They yap a lot, those small ones. Easy to travel with. I don't know about that. Easy to pick up their shit, but they bark like crazy. I've taken my Yorkie on lots of camping trips. He travels really well. Well, I've heard him at the campsite. Because I tell you right now, I walk around the campsites, all the little dogs bark their ass off. Does it bother me? No, it don't bother me. But they loud as hell. Gianna, all the kids love the dog so much, but they won't even clean his eye boogies and brush his teeth. Yeah, I know. And again, I want to thank God that my mom had dogs, and I want to thank God our house was messy. I would have never wanted to live with my father, who wanted no pets and was very clean. So, that's the tough part about the message I'm giving. This is just me as an adult. That thank God my mom had dogs, and thank God my mom allowed sloppiness. However, as an adult, I also had to curb that behavior too. But I'm thankful that I grew up in an environment where it was just more, there was more freedom and more joy than strict cleanliness. I'll tell you, I don't like to be around strict clean people. They're fucking nuts. They're fucking neurotic, okay? And they're fucking like, get away from me. Like, I'd rather people, now, I don't want to be around slobs. I don't want to be around anyone. So I see both sides of it. I want to be single. I want to be by myself. I want to live by myself. I want to be by myself, connect with people once in a while. That's it. Again, love to you, Sober Sunsets and Australia. Gianna, yes, one flying solo. He's actually a Yorkie. Oh, okay. Gianna, I can't leave him alone in the hotel room or barking. Yeah, those small dogs bark their ass off, man. I want to tell you right now. Oh, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Hey, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. We're doing good, Aaron. How are you doing? I was thinking about you all day, or at least part of the day, about your son's thing yesterday. That was a funny story. I hope you're doing good. Sober Sunset says, no lockdown here. Okay, maybe I heard wrong then. But I believe the international borders will close to people from Southern Africa. Yeah, I believe Europe, most of Europe already closed their flights from Europe from South Africa, because South Africa has this new variant that's supposedly even more contagious than others. And they have low vaccination rates. And so, you got all those things. What are you going to do? It's like they told us from the beginning, they kind of like didn't tell us, one day, the churches are going to be packed in, Easter. Next day, it's like shut everything down. Next day, it's liberate. But the bottom line is, like the flu, coronavirus is going to be around forever. And we're just going to learn to live with it. And that's the bottom line. Hopefully we don't get any crazy variants. That's the bottom line too. Gianna, hey Aaron, on Flying Solo. My Yorkie behaves well. He is not a yapper. Not sure if others are like that. No, respect to you. And my mom had a Boston Terrier, and they were pretty good. Yeah, they were pretty good as far as barking. But and dogs, I'm not mad at dogs for barking. Because when I had a dog, she wasn't a yapper, but of course she would bark if someone rang the doorbell or something. So I don't begrudge dogs. I'm just saying that through my experience of owning a dog, they're a lot of work. Through my experience of growing up in a household with dogs, I'm glad I did, but your household's going to be messy, and you got to know the personalities in your household. And it's a lot to work and then come home to dogs. And so it's a lot, man. And like I say, I come against people who don't work, they have a dog, and then they want someone else to watch the dog. It's like, that's crazy to me, man. I don't know, but that's how I see it. Pluto, Sam, you don't need to explain ish. Most people look at you and wish they were living your life. Thank you for your love. Yeah, they wish they were living my life, but they don't wish they worked in a ditch. They don't wish that they walked 3 hours a night for 4 years to lose 200 pounds. They wouldn't do side work when they didn't have to do side work. They wouldn't do DoorDash when they didn't have to do it. They wouldn't live in their cars, sleep in truck stops, pay off debt for 5 years. So they wish they were living my life, but they don't want to put the work in the life. So, it's just like, that's why too, I don't take, but I hear what you're saying. I know your message is positive, but I want to add that because a lot of people, they want to pick out the good. And so you got a good, but they don't want to do the bad. They don't want to do the sacrifice. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to work overtime. They don't want to show up in a hurricane. They call out sick. They get a dog. They lay around. They want a kid. They want a child. They want a home base. They want a van. They want to travel. They want to do everything, but they don't want to do things scared. They don't want to do things hurt. They don't want to push themselves. And so what do I tell them? Keep watching because, you're going to consume your entire life. You ain't going to do. But instead, they will mock you. Yep. Like they mocked Jesus. Well, I appreciate that. And leaders in the past. It's true. Not that I'm certainly not comparing myself to Jesus or anyone else. Just make a mental note. Jesus died at 32. or 33. So at 33, guys, I had a different mindset. I think at 43, Jesus would have been burnt out on people like Moses. Moses basically said, I'm tired of people. Kill me, God. So, when you're young, you think you're going to save the world and all that stuff. As you get older, you realize you're going to change people. So what do? You just try to get through the day. But, like I say, I also acknowledge there's good people that help me. There's good people that help Jesus. There's good. There's not just bad. There's not just negativity. There's positivity. Yeah, but pretty simply who's good and who's bad. Don't try and just keep it simple. This person is a good person, bad person. As far as final judgment, only God can judge. But as far as who's going to be in your life, I'll make the decision. Never forget it, Aaron. Thank you, Pluto, again for the positive comment. Aaron, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Awesome. Back out. Hey, Sam. Keeping it simple. Yep. Now I may get a home base. Why? Because I'm not going to be an outdoor cat my entire life. And staying at campgrounds, I know Pat Go made a good comment. Like, I would just go from campground to campground every 2 weeks. One is, in Florida, you have to reserve a year in advance. Two is, that gets tiresome. You never get into a really flow. You got to travel to go to the gym. You got to travel to go to stores because the campgrounds are not in the middle of town all the time. So, you can pay $700 a month in recurring fees to own a cheap home base. And I probably may end up doing that. So, but I understand, Pat, what you're saying, because it does make some sense. But again, most people who say just stay on the road, they're also not on the road doing it. Being on the road with no home base, in some ways it's more simple. In some ways it's unsimple, where you're burning up all this energy and time going back and forth to get your resources. And, there's balance is what you look for. But it's not easy to find that balance. Thank you, Pat. Pluto. Oh, and God, just make sure that when your YouTube channel blows up and you make millions while they cry in tears, make sure, Sam, that you stay happy. Otherwise, they win. Yeah, if that makes sense. No, it does make sense. Self-care before revenue. Self-care before channel growth. Look, will my channel ever make millions? The odds are not that it will. The odds weren't even that I get to this point. So I know already I beat the odds. Most people will never get monetized. Then most people won't be consistent. Then most people won't even make a couple grand a month on YouTube. So, but most people won't do the work of it either. They'll just, so, but look, what I won't say that making millions on YouTube is not possible, but statistically, odds aren't there. Statistically, your best shot for making money is a main job, living below your means, which I do, and things like YouTube on the side. But, the biggest negative for YouTube with me is at some point, it's good. It feels, because I like to be alone, it fills a social gap and a little bit of an economic gap. But it's also like to shut it all off and just be private. So that's something that, I don't know if every YouTuber, but I know I will always wrestle with. I appreciate and I respect and I'm thankful for YouTube because it's given me a lot. And I'm thankful that I can give back to it and vice versa. So I don't want to speak like, it's a big burden, but there is a dynamic that, sharing your life publicly is always going to be a little bit of a struggle. You even see it with celebrities, right? Like, they'll do concerts, they'll make money off concerts and albums, but every day will they spend time with the public? No. Why? Because there's a level you got to recoup to yourself. There's that balance, it's a tough call. Oh, Doug, $5 super chat. This is the collection plate. Oh, God. I prefer to place an inspirational note for the win. Well, I thank you. And I tell you straight up, unlike a pastor, that ain't going to a church fund, and don't feel obligated to give. Why? Because look, man, don't feel obligated to do anything other than self-care. And obviously, if you see injustice, you should get involved. Obviously, it is gracious to give. I've given myself at times. I've tipped at times. I've done things. But you're always concerned when you give is where does it go? So like I say, guys, all I can tell you is thank you. And all I can tell you is that's it, because when I'm lost for words, you guys know what it is. I tell you straight up, I thank you, Doug. I thank everyone. Don't feel obligated. Everyone do what they need to do for them. I'm doing what I need to do for me. And I thank you, Doug. I sincerely do. Back to live comments. Thank you again, Pluto, for all your encouragement. Yeah, Pluto, I'm praying the best for you too, man. Like I say, if you live below your means and you keep it simple, you don't have to be a millionaire to live a great life. You could be a $10,000 millionaire per se. You could be a $100,000 millionaire. But if you live, so you gotta live below your means. That's keeping it simple. And then you gotta emotionally be well. You can't have too much stuff that you can't take care of. And then you gotta manage your time because you gotta get the most out of your life. And then you gotta do something with your life, even if you're retired. Because if you don't do nothing, you might as well be dead. I mean, you just go roll around in the bed all day. I mean, so the journey of keeping it simple, is most people, guys, going to get lost on that journey. So when you feel like you're going down the wrong route, bring it back, man. Good job. Doug, I had a great, I may not say this right, Paneris, Australian Shepherd, okay, mix named Nikki for 16 years. Wow, that's a long time. She was, an average dog lives about 10, 12 years. She was an amazing dog. She passed 3 weeks before my mom passed. That'll crush you. Missed them both. Took me a couple years to get over it. Thank you for sharing, and God bless you, your mom and your dog. Probably will never have another dog. I understand that, Doug. I really do. God bless your mom and your dog and you. Yeah. To me, I'm like, if you get married, this is my opinion. I know people have been married a couple times. I love them. It's not a judgment against them. But to me, I'm the type of guy, get married once, that's it. You get to have a dog once, that's it. It's my way, the right way. Everyone should do whatever they want. But for me, that's how I feel. Pluto Facts, I love you, brother, and I appreciate all your encouragement. I really do. Because I see you put a lot of effort and try to encourage me, and I really appreciate that, Pluto. And I feel the same for you, man. Pat Go, I'm going to go outside and make a snow angel, then cry myself to sleep. I understand that, Pat. I appreciate you got a fighting spirit. I know you got your own issues you're probably dealing with. So I know everyone. I've lived enough life that I know everyone has burdens. Everyone has something they're going through. Some things people share with you, some people they don't. And, don't try to figure out everyone's life. Sometimes, but have empathy. That's what I want to say. Have empathy. Obviously, if you see an emergency, always look to, see if you can be a blessing. But remember, a lot of life is self-induced. You're not going to help someone that goes back to substance abuse all the time. You're not going to really help someone that goes back to a relationship. You're not going to, you can be there for them in emergency, but you got to have boundaries. Because the simple truth is, you can waste years, if not your entire life, trying to help someone else, and all you're really doing is avoiding working on yourself. And as a middle-aged man, I don't buy that you're in their life because you think you can help them. The only reason you keep people in your life is because you think you can control them or they help you. Now, there's a few people that may be in your life that are reciprocal, that there's an equal exchange of energy, time, and admiration. They're a blessing from the Lord. You cherish maybe 5 or less people of those in your life. But you got to understand, most people are not those 5 people. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be cordial and, to everyone. But I'm trying to tell you, never forget you got probably about Fab 5. I remember, I think it was T-Mobile or something, like back in the day, they had like, the Fab 5, the top 5 people, you had like unlimited calling when they used to count your minutes on your cell phone. If you got more than 5 people that you really are on the same page with, I question that, man. There's about 5 or less people in your life that you are in sync with, okay? In a deep way where there's a mutual exchange. Most people, guys, either you're their service dog or they're your service dog. That's the damn honest truth. Pluto, laughing, good. Pluto, it will for sure. I appreciate your encouragement. Doug, thank you again, brother. I appreciate the man you are, your kindness and your soul. I hope you have someone in your, well, I just hope that you continue to live your best life. because I appreciate you, Doug, period. Aaron, first snow, gross. I want to tell you, man. Keep it simple, guys. It will always be winter again in every state other than Florida. Again, maybe you got some love in Arizona, some love in Southern Cal, maybe Southern Texas, maybe. But there's no warmer state in America, especially in the dead of winter, than South Florida. We're not even in winter yet. In America, remember, in the USA, winter doesn't start till like December 20th or something. So you guys are still in fall. So just remember, guys, January, February, March, get ready to meet Frosty the Satanist, because they're coming. I love you, Aaron. Now, again, though, when I was young, like in school, did I not like to have snow and like have no school? Yeah. But in 2021, you'd rather grow up and make, be at the beach and, if there's a new variant, do remote school. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Early riser. Single, never married, no kids or pets here. Spent Thanksgiving by myself. Just talk with my mom on the phone, and it's all good. She did the family, and I didn't. It's all good with me. Yes, let people do them. You do you. The only hard thing is, guys, when people are putting themselves in a position of dysfunction, when you talk to them, there's an exchange of burdens. And you want to be there for people, because sometimes I have to let my burdens out. Meaning you got to vent. Okay. So you have to vent, and you have to let other people vent. But you got to be very careful, because even a conversation can crush your soul. It really could. And, as someone who doesn't drink, smoke, or do anything anymore and tries to live a healthy, positive life, I'll tell you, there's other people certainly that may do that. Not many. I think a lot of people, man, are in alcohol, even if it's a little bit, even if they're not alcoholics. I think they're into some type of prescription pill. I think they're abusing something. So you're going to find very few people ain't doing none of that. And then even the people that aren't doing that, it's just you're not going to be on the same page with everyone, because everyone's different. Everyone's got their own fingerprint. So I go back to keep it simple. You're going to have about 5 people you really fuck with. Okay. Rest of the people, they're not the devil. They're just not, the 5 people you fuck with, So, Pat, shout out to everybody who puts out Christmas lights. I agree. Look, even though I don't like I don't like houses, I still get inspired though by Christmas lights. I'm not a Grinch. I thank God for the holiday spirit. I thank God for people who make a big deal of it as far as like decorating their house and stuff. Now, I thank God I'm not part of that shit show, but that's what makes the world turn. Okay. There's some people that dress up their house and fucking, they get in a lot. And there's some people that, they live in a car with one bag with no Christmas lights. I'm at a campsite now, and there's some tents, they got Christmas lights up. So, there was this beautiful Mexican chick the other day at this campsite. I said, oh my God. I'll tell you guys, there's some hot chicks that do camping. I ain't lying about that. Doug, early riser, thumbs up. Back up. I'm putting Christmas lights up on my vehicle. Yeah, I probably saw you at a campsite. Yeah. I'll tell you, whatever makes you happy. Denise, hey Denise. I finished pet sitting tonight. Yeah, you probably pet sitting someone's service dog. Fucking unbelievable. 29 days. It got rough. Denise, you did it. God bless you, Denise. I tell you, God bless you, Denise. Denise, we love you. I hope that now you can enjoy yourself a little bit. Doug, toxic takers gotta go. It's weird, man. It's like we've all had seasons of our life that we've been a little toxic. There's seasons of my life I've been immature. And I don't want to say toxic as far as like doing real bad things, because overall, I've never been like that. But I could definitely say I've been an immature person at times in certain relationships. And that could be toxic. So I acknowledge my own failures in certain areas. But we grow. And the only way to grow, though, is to separate and work on yourself. That's true. Denise. Oh, God. The dog lost I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry. It happened to my dog, my mom's dog. The dog lost use of their back legs. Thank God the owner's brother stepped in to help. No more pet sitting for me. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And then, like, you could be liable for that. Even though it wasn't like your fault, who knows? It's like watching someone's kid. Oh, no. To me, you can make $15 working at Target. I'll take the $15 at Target or DoorDash. Yeah, before you know it, you watching someone's child or pet, I would never be a babysitter or a pet sitter. Nah, that's it. Done. I felt the same way about electrical contracting. You got to have $1 million bond to be a licensed contractor in New Jersey. Doesn't mean you pay $1 million, but about $500 a year in insurance to make sure that you are bonded. And that's how I felt at a certain point. Like, man, I'm going in these people's house. Like, I work on one thing, and then they'll call me up like something else. Once you go in someone's house and you touch one thing, you're responsible for everything. Now, not necessarily, obviously, because I had documentation, everything signed, like what job on. But I just felt like, man, I don't want to be involved with this shit no more. I don't want to do side work. I don't want to be in people's houses. I don't want my phone always ringing. Someone call me. Oh, my breaker tripped. Oh, the oven tripped. I got Thanksgiving tomorrow. Oh, can you do? Oh, hell no. I'm selling everything. I don't want tools. I don't want to fix shit. Yeah. Because if you're Mr. Handy or Mrs. Handy, guess what? Other people want you to fix shit too. Oh, I don't mind doing it. I like working with my hands. Yeah. That's why your stress level's out the wazoo. Yeah. Yeah, I know you like working with your hands. I tell you. I've seen enough in life. Keep it simple. That's what I would tell you. Good job. UBG Vlogs. Hey there, everyone. UBG Vlogs, love to you. I saw your post with you in lingerie holding your tatas, talking about I'm going to make my ex say that I was his best looking ex. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. And I want to tell you, UBG Vlogs, I've lived that life. That you try to get in the best shape of your life and make your ex jealous. And what I can tell you is, if they don't like you on your worst day, they ain't going to like you on your best day. You wasting time. But I love you. I've been where you are, so I don't judge you. But what I can tell you is work on your drug habit, your mental health habits, and that's it. Keep it simple. But I understand you're in a very tough season. I've been where you're at, so I don't want to judge. And there's a lot of pain, so I empathize with what you're going through. Doug says, hey, Paula, UBG Vlogs, heart emoji. UBG Vlogs, I'm having such a hard time now with the holidays. Now, I empathize. I know what you're going through is not easy. I've been a mess today. Yeah, I saw you in the lingerie. I said, oh, she's a mess. You look good. The picture look good. Well, I said, you in a bed. But I've been where you're at. I know where you're at. I know it. Early riser. Sam, I have to admit, I love you, brother. I love you too, One Flying Solo. I love everyone. Sam, I have to admit, I was questioning God the other day. I question him today. But I'm not an atheist. Why? Because an atheist type person now curse God, but don't believe in God. No. If you hate life and you're an atheist, why don't you curse an asteroid? Why don't you curse nothing? Yeah, I know. You're an atheist. Yeah, all right. Now you early riser. Sam, I have to admit I was questioning God. So did Moses. So did everyone in the Bible. So did Jesus. He said, God, why'd you forsake me? You're in good company. Kind of throwing up my hands saying, what the F? Yep, but stay positive. My tone changed soon after I thanked him. Yep, I agree with this. This is a good job for everything and asked for wisdom. Early riser, you're on fire. Good job. UBG Vlogs. I'm battling with my drug demons. It's not easy. I've known people that I love and they battle with drugs their entire life. I don't have an answer for it because I totally empathize that it is a struggle that may be your entire life. But again, in real life, I can never be friends with someone in an addiction like that. Why? Because I got to keep my own peace. Thank God that we're able to connect virtually because I love to, plant a seed or allow others to hear your story so they can get blessed from it. And ultimately, love is the greatest gift. And ultimately, I hope God gives us all grace because I don't think that if someone is strong enough not to use drugs, I don't think like, they go to heaven and people who use drugs go to hell. I don't believe that at all. I love DMX. I love people in my life that have done drugs. So, but I'm just saying, I also want to be clear that I would never be close friends with someone doing drugs. Not because, again, I think I'm better, but because I cannot be in a healthy place with someone that close to me in an unhealthy place. Let's read her comment. She goes, I'm battling with my drug demons. I understand. So bad since I broke up with my ex. It's emotional. Look, stress triggers drug use. That's why stress on the holidays, forget about it. That's why I don't put your, but having a dog shit everywhere is more stress. Because now you got to take care of the dog. Your dog's not a service dog anymore. Your dog's a stress point. And you miss someone else. Like, UBG Vlogs, tell people, you have a dog, you have a cat. Are they emotionally helping you now? Probably not. So, and then I meet people, well, I can't work because stress makes me do drugs. They haven't worked their entire life. They're on UBI. And guess what they do? They still do drugs. Well, if work makes you stressed and then you do drugs and now you're not working and you still do drugs, what's the difference? That's why, guys, I don't know. He goes, I hate him for what he's done to me. Well, like I said, you're never going to heal unless you take accountability for your life. He is you're just as wrong as him. And you got to say, it's my fault for allowing him in my life, and I'm a drug addict. I attracted that. I want him back. And it doesn't excuse any abuse, if any he did, but you know who you were getting involved with. So you got to take accountability for your life, and then you got to try to work on your life. You got to try to go to meetings. You got to try to keep yourself occupied productively. Now, is that easy? No. Will you do it? I don't want to say yes or no. I mean, odds are you won't. But do I still love you? Yes. Do I think I'm better than you? No. So we love you, Paula. I love you. I mean, look, guys, I got love in my heart. But I also have a level of hatred in my heart. Like, I saw a drug addict today. It fucked up my whole vibe, man. And it's like, because I've seen that growing up. And I don't like the energy, man. Because everything is like, here we fucking go. I don't want to be around it anymore, man. I've been around it enough. I've been around dysfunction enough in my life that when I see it, I don't say, oh, I'm better than them. I said, nope. I said, I have to do what I have to do to put me in a healthy place. And that's what you have to do. If you're not in a healthy place with that person, can't go blaming them. You go, well, all right, I got to separate and do what I got to do for me. Yep. One flying solo. Early riser. I've been there myself. Showing gratitude to God and others always helps reground you to refocus. Well, one flying solo, you're very positive. You're going through a divorce. I mean, I can't believe how positive you are at this point. So I give you a lot of credit. I really do. Early riser. Sam. Found that the Bible entry you spoke of, Jesus turned and said, Peter, yeah, get behind me, Satan. Yeah, when basically Peter said, you're not going to suffer or whatever, because, about going to the cross and dealing with bullshit. You are a stumbling block to me. Yep. You don't have to, you do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. Excuse me. Yeah, no, that's true. Now, look, I'm not super religious anymore. I believe in Jesus. I believe some of the scriptures help me. Some of them I totally disagree with. And remember, Jesus was only 33 when he died. So I think like Moses, if he would have lived to be old enough, he probably would have said, God, kill me. I'm done with life. However, I'm not an atheist. What am I? I'm someone just like Jesus, Moses, etc., just like you are. And Jesus said we're supposed to do better things than him. All we are human beings. That we have spirituality, we have logic, science, data, we have emotional wellness, okay, and that's a comprehensive human being. Science, spirituality, emotional well-being, mental well-being, and physical well-being. Multi-dimensional human. Now, will people work on all those things? No. What will they probably do? Look, I could say a lot of crazy shit, but all I can tell you is keep it simple, work on yourself. And if you're happy with yourself, maintain your goodness. That's all I can tell everyone. And everyone's got to figure that out for themselves. Early riser, one flying solo. I agree with you there. Yeah. So what do I feel? Well, sometimes I just want to hide under a rock. But at the same time, It's like just quitting a job. Yeah, sometimes you may feel like quitting a job, but then you quit your job and then you'll get bored with doing nothing. So sometimes you want to hide under a rock, then you hide under a rock, then you want to go explore again. So, life is this give and take. Early riser. Oh, no, wait. Oh, Charles. Charles! What's up, Sam? What's up, brother? Love the fact Charles traveled to LA, then England and Europe. Now he's back. Well, he's coming to be back in Florida. And what he learned was ain't no place like Florida. He goes, what's up, Sam? I thought the same thing. Jesus left the planet before life gets more complex with age. I agree. Good comment. Charles, you're a very intelligent person, in tune. Yeah, look, once you get into your 40s, you look at life differently than your 30s, 20s. And I'm sure once you get into your 60s, you look at life different. Some people don't. Everyone's different. Backslash! I can't believe you're still here, man. Yo, Sam, you're in Myrtle Beach? Shout out to South Carolina. Best part about South Carolina is probably Hilton Head. So if you can backslash, go to Hilton Head. But Myrtle Beach is pretty cool. Love to you, Backsplash. Great to see you. Automotive streetwear, he's in apparel design. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Charles. Appreciate you. Early riser. I agree. I'm not super religious myself. A lot of times I get stuck only my personal concerns. I have to catch myself when it happens. Yeah, so you got to catch yourself when you get too sad, too depressed, too religious, or too atheist, too negative, and even too positive. Like I saw this one girl today. She was super positive. And I was going to compliment her. And I do compliment people. But then I said, Sam, hold up. I went through my life history. And in my life history, some people that are super positive, they're out of balance. And when they go negative, they go fucking negative hard, man. And it's like, if they're so positive, they are positive. But if they go negative, look the fuck out, guys. So a sweet person can turn to like the sour teddy bear, man. You got to be very careful. So I was about to say, like, damn, you positive. Then I remember, that motherfucker, she probably nasty as fuck when she get mad. So I said, I ain't going to say nothing. Just thank you. I said, thank you very much. Yep. Don't put anyone on a pedestal, guys. Backslash, great to see you. On fly solo. I've seen too many people going through divorce, bitter, angry. Yeah, it's a disaster out there, man. A couple people I know that are married happily, and note that I said a couple. I know hundreds that aren't, so be very careful. I'm trying hard not to go there. It's amazing that you're as positive as you are going through a divorce. I read once that bitterness is poison you take hoping to hurt the other person, but you only hurt yourself. That's 100% true. And the fact that you can make yourself conscious of that, and hold on, I'll tell you, one flying solo, God bless you and your Yorkie, man. Because the Lord has given you a positive attitude. Even when you curse the Lord, you still got it. So you understand life, man. Doug. Thank you again, Doug. He goes, relationships over religion. I agree. For me, I agree with that. I have a relationship with Jesus. Yep. And God. Religion, to me, is man's control over people. I totally agree with that. And again, if we were brought up in a different part of the world, we may not look at Jesus the way other people do. So that's all relative too. So at the end of the day, you certainly should try not to hurt people. Certainly try not to oppress people. But certainly don't take unnecessary, unhealthy shit from people. But don't instill conflict. Figure out what you have to do to resolve it, or just navigate around it. That's it. Very simple message. Early riser. When all positive, excuse me. He goes, yeah. Jack Barris, 199 super chat. So true. Yeah. Sweet people can flip the fuck out. Yeah. Happy Friday, Jack. I appreciate you, man. You've been very positive, Jack. God bless you, brother. Very proud of you for all your accomplishments in life. Thank you for always being gracious, and love to you, brother. Hope you enjoyed your turkey day or whatever you do, and thank you, man. God bless you and your home, man. Back to my man, Early Riser. He goes, yeah, when all the positive person goes all negative. Woof, yeah, because it's out of balance, right? There is a scripture that says, don't be too happy, don't be too sad. It's like even temper is wisdom. Now, again, though, when you're passionate, you should be intense. When you're sad, you should cry. When you're happy, you should smile. But you have to, like when you're high, remember that you've once been low so you don't get out of balance. And when you're low, remember that you can get happy again. Try to even yourself out a little bit. That's all. Yep. And he goes, yeah, like they're like fighter planes start carpet bombing. Yeah, it's a disaster, man. I'll never date someone that's too sweet. Why? Because they can turn sour. And I'll never date someone that's too sour. Why? I don't want to make my life bitter. And I'll never date anyone. Why? Because I know myself. I like it simple. And I don't care how simple a person you're with, it's going to be complicated. You say that's not true. All right, what's going to happen when they get sick? What's going to happen when you get sick? What's going to happen when they die before you die before you say, well, what's life if you've never loved? Guys, I've loved. Okay, and what I can tell you is you should love. You should experience life. And then when you have other opportunities or when you have a reset in life, you should decide if you want to go down that same road again. It's your choice. Backslash. Missed you, brother. Missed you too. Showed some new friends your videos here in South Carolina. Much love. Well, God bless them. Thank you for sharing the channel. I pray they don't hear me when I say that, South Carolina's parts of it are destitute. Look, the best parts about South Carolina are Hilton Head and maybe Myrtle Beach. That's where all the rich elitists go from the north and other parts of the country. Everywhere else is country, low income, mostly, not all. So be very careful. Good job. Jack, thank you again, brother. Appreciate that. Guys and girls, I wish I could help everyone and save everyone, but I've been down that road, and what I found out is everyone does what they want. But you can give opportunities. You can give some help, just like I've gotten help and I've gotten opportunities. So I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to be too positive. What do I want to do? I just want to get through the day, keep it simple, and manage my time, self-care, self-control, like my man Pluto said. And that's it. When in doubt, just show up. I just showed up. I really didn't feel that inspired today. But consistency gives you inspiration. Why? Because it's an example. I always wish, when you check in a game, you always wish you can hit the 3. When you're up to bat, you always want to hit the home run. But the truth is, that's not life, guys. A Hall of Famer is lucky if they get on base 30% of the time. They bat 300. That means 70% of life, guys, is you either striking out or not getting on base. 30% of your life, you're on base. Maybe 10% of your life, you're hitting a home run. And less than 5% of relationships are fucking. That statistics show that less than 5% of relationships are sex. And what's the rest of life? Well, that's why you got to go back to time management. Most of your day is self-care. Waking up, eating, working out, working. That's most of your day. Laundry, hygiene. You say, well, I don't work. Well, yeah, you're sitting around all day. You get doing nothing. And that's why your mental health sucks. And even if you retired early, I congratulate you. I would love to. Then you got to do something with your time. Figure out what you need to do. So, what else can I tell you? Nothing. Why? I keep it simple, guys. The best I could do today was show up and try to just keep a simple message of consistency. Why? Because that's all I have today. You can't overreach for a deep message when you don't have anything deep. And that's it. I want to thank everyone. Did I get to all live comments? I think I did. Doug says, Jack, yep, you got it right. That's right. And welcome again, Sober. What was the last name? Sober Sunsets. Yeah, everyone out there struggling with addictions, like I tell you, first step is you got to get away from other people with addictions. Because there's no way you're getting to a healthier place when other people are doing unhealthy stuff. First rule is you got to separate. Then the next rule is you got to just work on yourself. Forget about working on other people. And that will keep you busy your entire life. Keep it simple. What's the message for everyone struggling in some level of toxicity with addictions or with relationships? Separate, work on yourself, repeat. Will people listen to that? No. Why? People are emotional wrecks. I've been one. And what do people do? They get a service dog. They keep in touch with everyone, and they just keep adding to their life. And are they wrong for that? Am I the only right one? Nope. Everyone should do whatever they want, because if they're not bothering me, I'm not bothering them. However, just know, I ain't fucking with everyone. It's fucking disaster out here. Okay. All right, guys and girls, I'm done. I'm going to take a leak. And I'm going to go back to this campsite with a bunch of barking dogs and mosquitoes. God bless you. Thank you.